My friends, I've got a little video footage that I'll share with you this morning about the status of a couple of the projects I've been working on. We'll get to that right after this. Hello my friends, Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa Stringworks Workshop. It is Thursday, May 25th. May 25th. How quickly did this month go? I don't even seem to remember this month. It just went through. Oh my gosh. It's crazy how fast the months go by now. Seem like weeks instead of months. Anyway, the fact that it's Thursday, that reminds me that tomorrow morning we'll have our shop talk at 8 o'clock my time. And if you would like, you may post your questions, comments, or topics in today's comment section of this video, and I will include those in tomorrow's shop talk. Be sure to put some question marks in front of it. That way I'll know you intend it to be included in the shop talk. I mentioned we made some progress on our projects. I left you hanging yesterday with 3 tires that need to be fixed. There was a front tire on the John Deere. That was the first thing I tackled because once I got that tire fixed, that tractor was back in operation and she could start her brush hogging or whatever she wanted to do with that tractor. So that one's fixed and she can use that tractor. The Ferguson, on the other hand, had 2 flat tires. It had a front tire and a rear tire, and the rear tires fill with liquid. So I fixed the front tire on the Ferguson so that we would at least, have that behind us. And now I'm working on the big rear tire with all the liquid, and here's a little video footage for that. Here's the current status of the Massey Ferguson. The rear wheel and tire has been removed. This tire was flat also, but you can see it's holding air. I fixed it yesterday. And these buckets are full of fluid that was in that tire. And there's still some more even in the shop where I've moved the tire to. You can see the tires hanging there. There's some more fluid in here, and the bucket got bumped, and so some of the fluid spilled out. But no big deal. This rim is really bad shape. It's got holes through it and everything. So I've ordered a new rim. That's on its way here. The center hub comes out and we can put it in the new rim, but then I have to get the rubber tire off and move it over to the new rim as well. So I've still got a lot of work to do. And then of course you have to fill it back full of liquid. And if you don't know why you need the liquid, you need it mostly for traction and weight. And on these hills around here, especially pulling heavy trailers, you need traction and weight. As I mentioned yesterday, if you've never worked on one of those kinds of tires with that liquid filled especially, then you just haven't lived. Oh my gosh, is that a pain. But I did decide to just go ahead and order a new steel rim for that, and that's on its way here, so I'm not sure when that'll arrive, but I think it'll be fairly soon. Here's some other video footage, and all I can say to you guys out there, you guys that are doing all this machine work yourselves, or yard work or whatever, eat your heart out. All right, all you guys, eat your hearts out. Look at how smooth and clean this driveway is. My wife did all this yesterday after supper. She moved the sawmill into the bay here. Did it all apparently by herself. Maybe Tim helped her, I don't know. But, cleaned up the boards and everything. She cleaned up that great big pile of lumber that was right here, all the slabs that were there. And I guess she took that out to our, we have an area where we store stuff that's going to be firewood for next year. So she probably took that out there. Anyway, the whole thing's cleaned up and I didn't have to do any of it. I've still got to get all this wood processed. This wood back here has to be stickered and processed. These little few boards that are laying here, those are cash boards. And I don't mean dollar-wise, I mean cash. The young student I have, he's building a fort in the woods. And I saved him some stuff that he can use for his fort. This is all non-dimensional stuff, real thin stuff. Like this one here is maybe
5/8. This is a 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. So he can use that stuff to put up sides on his fort.
There you go. She may create a lot of issues for me, but she sure fixes a lot of problems too. I didn't have to do any of that cleanup, and it's just as good as I would have done it if I did have to do it. So I'm thankful. Thank you, Sue. Anyway, that's about it for today. I'll remind you to put your questions, comments, and topics in today's video if you'd like to discuss them tomorrow morning on Shop Talk. We will see you then.